Hi.
Hi. Today is a very special day because we are making one of Marie's dreams come true. We are shooting her first cooking show.
Probably the last as well.
And probably the last as well. Marie likes to cook and she wanted to show you her recipes.
Yes, a lot of people are asking what we eat on the road. Besides ramen soup and craft dinner, I have my all-time favorites. So today we're going to show you 5 easy meals that don't require a lot of dishes, don't require many spices, things that are really easy to do, simple.
Don't require talent.
Hey! So we're going to start with number 5, going all the way to number 1, which is my all-time favorite and yours as well, I believe. Also, obviously, I am not a professional chef, so don't...
She is not.
No, so don't judge the technique.
If you want to judge, there's a comment section below.
No, I'm not
You're
the best.
good. You're good. You're good.
But my recipes are freaking good, man.
Yes, it always ends up very good. So
Yes,
there you
keep
go. Are you ready
going.
to show me your recipes?
I am.
All right. Buckle up.
Bon appetit. Hi, we're Dom and Marie.
Since 2016, we traveled the world by van looking for the perfect road trip, until we decided to buy and convert our own little home on wheels that we named Vanessa.
Every Sunday, we share parts of our van life experience with as much details as possible.
Tips, tricks, and stories that we hope will inspire you to start your own travel project.
But for now, buckle up, subscribe, and enjoy the ride for this new episode of Van Life Sagas.
I named your first dish the pesto pasta.
It is very, very, very good, and I think it has like 5 or 6 ingredients. Super healthy, super fast to make, and lots of carbs, so very good for hiking.
Yeah, and you'll feel good after eating this because it's so light. It feels fresh, and there's also feta cheese in there, which I don't really like, but in that recipe especially, it's very, very good. So show me how you do your pesto pasta. Pesto pasta. Pesto pasta. Pesto pasta.
Okay. All right. So to start the recipe, bring 2 liters of water with salt to a boil. In another pan, heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
Yum, yum, yum.
And when that oil is hot, add 2 garlic cloves and cook them until they are brown.
This is my favorite part of the evening because it starts smelling very good in the van.
Yeah. When the garlic is ready, add half a cup of crushed cashews.
I like crushing those cashews.
And you cook them until they are brown. Make sure they are not burnt, but make sure they are brown.
Yes.
In the meantime, you can also cut fresh basil. When the crushed cashews are ready, you can just set them aside. And obviously, when the water is boiling, you can add the pasta. Cook them until al dente. You will have the minutes required for that on the box. When it's ready, drain the water. Add the pesto, 3 tablespoons of pesto. You can add more if you want more.
You always add more, right?
I do always add a bit more. Stir, obviously. See, add more pesto to taste.
Yum, yum, yum. Now it's starting to smell very good.
Stir again.
Yep. And serve.
And then serve with the crushed cashews.
I like when she sprinkles that. It feels like a real restaurant.
Add crumbled feta cheese as well. Yum, gives it a fresh taste. And then decorate with fresh basil. Obviously, I'm not showing salt and pepper in this recipe, but I have added salt and pepper to the dish.
And it looks exactly like in the movies. Italian movies, don't
And
you
it
think?
tastes yummy.
Oh my god. Number 4 is the ultimate one-pot dish, and I named it the veggie chili. Do you like the names I give to your pots?
Yes.
I feel like when Marie's cooking the veggie chili, she's just throwing all the vegetables we have in a pot. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
And it's very, very good for cold nights or winter nights because it's a bit spicy and it's super warm, so I love it when we go skiing, for example. So, veggie chili.
This recipe is for 4 person, so it gives you a lot of leftovers, which is really nice in a van.
Yep, so veggie chili in 3, 2, 1.
Go. Start off by heating 1 tablespoon of olive oil. When that oil is hot, add 1 onion, chopped onion, obviously, and cook until medium brown. Add 3 garlic cloves, and then cook until tender. You then add 3 carrots, 1 cup celery, and 1 bell pepper.
It's very colorful, isn't it?
It is very colorful. Add salt and pepper to taste, and then you cook all this until very tender, probably like 5 minutes. Then you add the tomatoes, the corn, the black beans, and spices. Turmeric, cumin, chili powder, and you stir like there is no tomorrow.
And at this point, it starts smelling like chili in the van.
Oh yeah. You then add 1 cup water, salt and pepper again to taste, and you let cook for 30 minutes.
Yeah, so that's quite easy.
It is. It's a 1-pot dish, and you just let it.
What?
Yep.
You're already done?
30 minutes later. Then you serve cilantro to taste if you don't hate it. Sour cream or Greek yogurt does the same.
But don't take vanilla Greek yogurt
No,
because it
take
tastes like
plain.
crap. Yeah.
And that's it, guys. That easy.
Here comes that old...
Number 3, the fajitas.
I renamed that one the VEGGIETAS. It sounds like a funny.
You can't see what it sounds like.
VEGGIETAS! Sorry.
So number 3 is something that Dom could eat every single day. He loves fajitas.
I just love it.
But my secret weapon, I use something called Saint-Yves meat, which is like ground
Vegetable meat-ish.
plant-based something, and it took you a lot of time
It
before
took
you figured
me
it out.
5 frickin' dinners to realize it was not beef. And it's not for advertising purposes. We're not paid by Saint Yves,
No.
but it actually tastes like meat. So it just feels like meat, and it took me a while to understand.
Very, very good.
So VEGGIETAS in 3, 2, 1.
1 tablespoon olive oil, and then you add 1 onion, and you cook until it is golden brown and it starts to smell amazing in the van.
Oh yeah.
Then you add 1 pepper, minced, and cook until tender. Then you add the fajitas mix. I put just, 1 tablespoon, and you need to add water to that as well.
Now it smells like, old El Paso stuff.
Yes. When it's ready, you just set aside in the van. In the same skillet, again, 1 tablespoon olive oil, and then that's where you put your Mexican veggie ground round until slightly cooked.
And this is not meat.
It is not meat. Looks like meat, it is not meat.
Wow.
When that is cooked, it's ready. So in your whole wheat tortilla, you can serve salsa,
My favorite sauce right there. I could watch that for hours.
the veggie meat,
Yep.
pepper and onions,
Man, I'm saliving.
cheese. Do we say raped cheese?
I don't know if we say rape cheese.
Avocados,
Favorite fruit on earth.
cilantro. Again, don't need to put it if you don't like it.
Some people think it tastes like soap.
Yeah, I think it's a thing you have in your brain actually. Lime juice,
My God.
and it's just so good. Salt and pepper to taste, and you are ready. You roll it up and you eat it, man.
I want a fajitas now.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
That's it. Super easy.
what?
Number 2, my
Number
all-time
2.
favorite, tofu General Tao.
I renamed it the General TAO-FU.
Something that we cook a lot in the van, at least like once a week.
Yep.
You'll see that in this video, something really bad happened.
There was an accident in the ingredients.
There are different types of tofu, and choose the right one or else it'll
Not go well.
not go well.
So General TAO-FU,
General tofu, secret ingredient.
Canadian maple syrup.
If you don't have Canadian maple syrup, you can just use any maple syrup,
Yep.
but it adds a little something to the General Tao.
Yep. So let's go.
Let's go. Tofu General Tao. So add 1 cup rice to 2 cups of water, and you let that sit. I put it to like very low heat, and when it's boiling, obviously you reduce the heat and you let it sit for 10 minutes. Now in the meantime, cut firm tofu in dice, very important, firm tofu, and you mix that up with 1/4 cup cornstarch. You heat olive oil in a skillet, and then that's when you add the tofu and you cook until golden.
No, I feel like there's something going wrong here.
Yeah, so
What happened?
the problem in this recipe is that I did not use the right tofu. You need to put firm tofu And what I bought was not the right tofu, so it looks like eggs.
Yeah, so
Not tofu.
yeah, the General Tao ended up like a General Poop.
Dom rebaptized it General Pooped.
Yeah.
So when that firm tofu is cooked, that's when you add 2 garlic cloves, 1 tablespoon ginger, 2 tablespoon maple syrup, 2 tablespoons soy sauce,
Yep.
2 tablespoon ketchup.
I can't believe there's ketchup in there.
There is.
What?
3 minced green onions and 3/4 cup vegetable broth. Now
No,
you mix that up.
and yeah.
Then you add the bell pepper. That's where you can also salt and pepper to taste. And you let reduce. Everything will sink in the juice, and it is ready. So you serve on rice. Then you add your tofu. You can add sesame seeds and green onions to make it look fancy, and it is ready.
Man, even that version of the General Poop, it was delicious in my mouth. Number 1 all-time favorite dish in the van?
Is broccoli, halloumi, curry, masala.
For some reason, I did not come up with another name for this very long
It's
dish name.
just the best. If you love Indian, Asian food, you'll love this dish. It's just so very, very good.
And there's a very, very unique thing on that dish. It's called halloumi cheese. It's a cheese that you can cook in a pan or on the grill with a very high melting point. It feels like meat because it's very salty. It sucks in all the juices from all the other spices. So it's like little bits of paradise in your mouth.
Very, very good.
Yep. So show me how it's done.
So here is the recipe to my all-time favorite dish. To start off, bring to a boil 1 cup of rice mixed in 2 cups water, a dash of oil and salt in there as well. Bring to a boil, and when it boils, reduce heat and let sit for 10 minutes. In another pan, heat 1 tablespoon of oil, and that's where you add your diced halloumi. I put the full pack.
Yep. And I like the way you place these as if it was like Lego blocks ready to be, built.
So you cook them 1 or 2 minutes on each side. When they're golden or brown, you switch them sides.
Wow.
And then when they're ready, you just set aside. In the same skillet, this is where you'll put a little bit more olive oil, your onions, minced ginger, garlic,
Wow. There's a lot of stuff going in there. What?
spices, salt and pepper to taste, and you will stir that up and you cook until it's golden brown and tender.
And now in the van, it smells like paradise.
Yes. You add tomato paste
Wow.
and you cook until the onions start to be red. Then you add your coconut milk and you stir until it becomes like orangey pinkish. You let it sit for 2 minutes, and then in the meantime you can just think about random stuff. You add your broccolis and you let them sit in there until again they become more tender.
Wow. And these broccoli are just at the spa right now. They're enjoying life. They're like, oh, we're going to be eaten for the best cause, Wow.
You can add cilantro if you like it. If you don't need to add spices. The halloumi and the coconut milk is good enough.
Yep. And this is my favorite part where the halloumi is just dropped on there. And,
It sinks in all the juice.
it's joining the party. And he's like, woohoo, let's go. Yep.
And it's ready, guys. So you serve on rice at the bottom. And
Wow.
you put the rest of the dish on top, and it's just that amazing, super easy. Yes, obviously take with the spoon, go deep in the bottom to get the sauce and just, put it on top. Lime juice to give it just a little kick. Cilantro if you like it. If not, salt and pepper, and
You're ready
you're
to go.
good for a treat, a little voyage in India. This is it, guys. Hope you liked the recipes and that you want to try them at home.
Yeah.
If you have recommendations in terms of meals that we could try in the van, please let us know. Obviously, nothing that requires an oven.
And if you have variations on the meals that we described today, I would like to hear them, because some people just cook it differently with different ingredients,
Yes.
with different spices. So please share your recipes in the comments. I'm pretty sure everyone is gonna tag along and just share them.
And if you want a reservation at my fancy restaurant, you can let me know what time you would like to come next week, and I will make an appointment for you. Thank you.
We have 2 places available.
Yes. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.